Welcome back, I'm Andreas, Chat, your tech-curious web designer. In the last video we have seen how to create private chat rooms to send direct messages. In this video we're going to build a group chat and invite people to this chat room via a link. But before we dive into the code, a quick shout out to my new supporters on Patreon. A high five to Joe Beer and Berbel. Thank you so much for your support, I really appreciate it. And thanks to all my supporters on Patreon, buymeacoffee.com and on YouTube. I'm very grateful for your support. You are awesome. Thank you. Okay, and now without further ado, let's jump right into it. So first a quick demo what we're going to build today. I want to create a group chat with my buddies. So I'm clicking on my profile drop-down menu here and create chat. Give the group chat a name. I call the group Gaming Nerds. Then create this group. Okay, the group is created. Now let's invite our friends. So I copy the URL and send it to Bobby. Then Bobby clicks on this link. He needs to sign in first. So for this group I've added a permission requirement, so only users with a verified email address can join. So Bobby still has to verify his email address. He clicks the verify link here. A confirmation email was sent. And Bobby verified his email address. Now Bobby tries to join this chat group again. And he could join this time. Hi there. Now I also invite my friend Pete. And Pete says, "Hello nerds." Alright, Andreas is the admin of this group, so he has access to the edit group page. We can see this little icon up here. And he can change the title, for example. And he can also remove members. So let's remove Bobby. And update. Now Bobby's removed from this group chat. He probably didn't qualify as a gaming nerd, so he had to go. But Pete didn't agree with this decision, so he decides now to leave this group as well. So he clicks now on this leave chat link at the bottom here. And clicks yes to leave this chat. Alright, and now the only one left in this chat is the admin Andreas. Okay, that's what we're going to build in this video. Let's jump into the code. Let's start by updating our model class and add a group chat name and admin property. So we're going to our chat folder, to models.py, and here to the chat group. Then we add the group chat name property and also the admin. Alright, this is our foreign key relationship with the user class, with a related name of group chats, and blank and null equals to true by default. Alright, save this file. Let's migrate to the database now. Python manage.py make migrations. Python manage.py migrate. And run the server again with Python manage.py run server. Now to create a new chat, we need a link on our website, and I put this link in the profile drop-down menu. So I'm going to templates here, includes header.html. Here I'm going to the drop-down menu, and just underneath edit profile, I add here this link to create a chat. And it's pointing to the new group chat URL. Okay, save this file. Let's create the URL now. So in my chat folder to urls.py. This is my URL. It is calling the create group chat function. So let's save this file and create this function. So I'm going to my views.py file and add this function at the bottom. And for now, I just return the page. So save this file and let's create this page. I copy the name here, go to my template folder, then inside the chat folder here, I paste the name and add here now the page components. We extend from the layouts box.html file. Now here is our content block. And for now, I just add here a title. Okay, save this file. And let's test if we can access this create group chat page. I refresh the page. Then I'm going to my drop-down menu and I can see create chat. And here we have the page. Great. So I want to add here a form now where we can add the group chat name. So let's go to our forms.py file and add this form. I call this form new group form. I add the meta class. The model is the chat group. The fields I'm interested in is the group chat name. And I'm adding here the widgets property for the look and feel of the input field. Alright, save this file. Now let's include it in our views.py file. So I instantiate here the new group form. Let's import it to this file. So at the moment we only import the chat message create form. Let's change this to the asterisk. So import every form now. Then I add here a context with the form object and add the context to my return statement. Alright, save this file. Now let's display this form in our template. So I'm adding here the form element with method post. Then we add the CSRF token. Then the form. And the submit button. Okay, save this file. And let's have a look. I refresh the page. Alright, the form is loaded. Now let's implement the logic to save the data in the database. So back to the views.py file. So if the request method is post, we instantiate here the form object with the data from the frontend. Then we check if the data is valid. Then before I save it in the database, I set here commit to false to add the admin property. So the admin is the request.user. And now we save the data in the database. And once we have this object, I also add the request.user to the members. And then I redirect the user to the newly created chat room. Alright, save this file and let's check it out. So I refresh the page again. I add here a name, gaming nerds, and create this group chat. Alright, we have our group chat now. Now let's enhance this page with adding the chat room name and showing the members. So let's go to our chat view function. So in our views.py file, here we have the chat view. And I'm adding here now also the chat group object to gain access to the properties. Now let's go to our chat.html file. And I want to display first the title of this group chat. So just here inside the wrapper, I'm first checking if this chat group has a group chat name. And if this is true, I display the name. Okay, save this file and let's check it out. So I refresh. And great, the title is now displayed. Now let's also display the members. So here we have the condition if we have another user. This is for the private chat rooms. And just underneath here, I add a elif to check if this chat has a group chat name, meaning it is a group chat. Then I'm adding here a list of all the members. So for member in chat group members.all and close the for loop. Then inside the li element, I'm adding here now the user avatar and the username, and also a link to the profile page. Here we're displaying the avatar and the name. Okay, so these are the basic elements. And now I'm adding some Tailwind CSS classes for the look and feel. Some styling for the whole user element. Then the avatar. And to the name here, I add a slice of 10 characters to set a limit to the name length. Okay, save this file. And let's have a look. I refresh the page. And we see the admin now as a member. Okay, let's invite now more people. So by sharing the link of this chat room, I would like them to be added as a member of this group. So let's add this logic now to the chat view function. So I go to the views.py file and there to the chat view. And here I'm adding if the chat group has a group chat name, meaning it is a group chat. Then I'm checking if the requested user is not yet member of this chat group. And if this is true, we add this user to the members. Okay, save this file. Now let's check it out. So I copy the URL. Then I open up a new browser. We need to be logged in. So I sign in with Bobby. And as we can see, Bobby joined now as a member. Now let's also add an online tracker to this chat group, so we know if a member is online. So back to my chat.html file. So we want this UL element to be updated in real time with Django channels, showing an online icon. And we can do this with our htmx partial. And for this we need to give it an ID. So I'm giving it the ID group chat members. Then I'm copying this whole element and add it to my htmx partial. So in partials, this is the online count.html file. I add it here to the bottom. And now I add here the online icon. So a green dot if the member is online or gray when he's offline. So for this I'm adding here a container now with the class relative. Put the avatar image inside. And then I'm adding here the icons. So if the member of this group chat is online, we display a green dot, or else. So if the member is not online, I display the gray dot. Okay, save this file. Now we need here this chat group object. So let's add it to the handler function in our consumers.py file. So here we have the online count handler. This is sending back this online count HTML partial. But at the moment we're only sending back the online count. So let's add here also the chat group object. So for this I'm creating here the context variable. Then I'm adding the online count. And also the chat group object with the value of self.chatroom. Okay, and now I'm adding the context variable in here. Okay, save this file. I refresh the page. And as we can see, we have admin and Bobby online in this chat room. So here we have the admin on the left and Bobby on the right. Now Bobby decides to leave this chat room. And as we can see, the dot here turned now gray. Nice.
Nice.
Now Bobby would like to go back to this chat room, but the group chat is not yet listed in the menu here. Let's add it now. Okay, I'm going to my header.html file. Here first we have our public chat link, and just underneath here I'm creating here again a for loop. So I'm looping through all my chat rooms. And if the chat room has a group chat name, I'm displaying a link. So I'm adding here a leading class. Leading adjusts the line height. And here I'm linking it to the chat room. And I'm displaying the group chat name with a character limit of 30. Okay, save this file and let's check it out. I refresh the page. And as we can see, Gaming Nerds is now displayed here. So I can click on it and I'm back in the chat room. Awesome. So now let's also add a permission to this chat room. I only want to allow people to join who verified their email address. I'm going back to my chat view function. Then I'm checking if this user has a verified email address. With filter verified is true. And if this is the case, I add the user to the members. Else, I show here a message which says you need to verify your email to join the chat. And redirect the user to the profile settings page, where he can verify the email address. Okay, let's import the messages class. And save this file. Okay, now let's test this. I invite my friend Pete, who has not yet verified his email address. So Pete tries to join this group chat now, but gets redirected to the settings page with the message to verify the email address. Great, that works. Here he then clicks on verify. A confirmation email was sent. But as this is not a real email address, let's do it manually in the admin interface. So in the email addresses table, we have here Pete. And I click here on verified. Alright, that's done. I refresh the page. Okay, Pete is now verified. Now he tries to join this group again. And he's a member now. and add a message. Alright, let's add an admin page now for this chat group, where the admin can change the group name and remove members. So to access this page, I'm adding a link to the chat page. So let's open up the chat.html file. I will add this link next to the chat group name. I add here a flex container and move the name inside. And then also the edit link. So if the user is the admin of this group, I show the edit link. And it's pointing to the edit chatroom URL. We will add this URL in a second. And then we close it with enddiv. Now, instead of just saying edit here, I will add an icon, and you can get this icon from my GitHub repository at github.com/ndjad/realtime-chat, and there in the snippets folder. Copy this code and paste it in here. Alright, save this file. Now let's add the URL. And now we create the chatroom edit view. So we go to our views.py file. At the very bottom, I'm adding this view, again with the login required decorator, and return this chatroom edit page. Save this file. Let's create this page now. So I'm copying the name, go to my chat folder in the templates folder here. This page extends from the box layout again. And then content block. And I'm adding here a title. Okay, save this file. And let's check it out. I refresh the admin window here. And we can see we have this edit icon now, but only accessible for the admin. Okay, let's click on it now. And this is our page. Next, let's create the form we need here. So in my forms.py file, at the bottom here, I'm adding the chatroom edit form, adding the meta class. The model is the chat group table. We're using the group chat name field. And also the widgets property for the look and feel. Alright, save this file. Now let's update the view. First I'm trying to retrieve the chat group object. Then I'm checking if the requested user is actually the admin. So if he's not the admin, I'm redirecting this user to a 4.4 page with race HTTP 4.4. Then I'm instantiating the form and I'm populating this form with data of the instance. Then I'm adding the context. I'm sending through the form and also the chat group object. Okay, save this file. Now let's go to our template. The code for this template you can again grab from my online repository and add it underneath here. So we have here a form element and the CSRF token. Then we have the form to change the name of this chat. Then I display here a list of all the members. And then also have here a checkbox where I can remove members. Okay, save this file. Now let's check out this page. I refresh the page. So we can change here the name of the chat group and also remove members. Okay, let's add the logic now. So back to the views.py file. So if it's a post request, I retrieve here the form data from the front end. Then I check if the form is valid. Then save the form. So this is for the title. Now let's get the list of the members we should remove. So with request.post.getList of remove members, this is the name of the checkbox input field, I get the list of the IDs of the members I want to remove. So for member ID in remove members, then I'm fetching the member object, and then remove this member from the chat group. And when this is done, I return the user, which is in our case the admin, to the chat room. Okay, save this file. And let's test this now. So I refresh the page. Let's change the title. And let's remove Bobby from this chat. Okay, and update. And as we can see, Bobby is no longer a member of this chat. But obviously, if he clicks the link again, he will join this chat again. So you can add here as much logic as you feel necessary. This could be removing the user also from the channel layer, blocking the user from joining again, or only allow selected users to join this group. If you want to share your own solution here, feel free to add it in the comment section below. Now next I would like to implement the delete chatroom function here. I'm going to the chatroom edit.html file. Then this link is at the bottom here. I'm adding here a URL path with the name chatroom delete, and I'm passing through the group name. Okay, save this file. Let's create this URL. It's calling the chatroom delete view. So let's add it to our views.py file. And this function returns now the chatroom delete.html file. Copy the name, save this file, and in our chat folder here, I create this file, extend from the box layout, add the content block, and the title. Okay, save this file and let's check it out. I refresh the page. I click delete chatroom and we are on the page. Great. Now let's add the logic. So first I'm fetching again the chat group object. Then if the requested user is not the admin, I'm returning a 4.4 page. Otherwise we carry on, and if it's a post request, I delete the chat group with chatgroup.delete. Then I show the message chatroom deleted and return the user back to the home page. I'm also adding the chat group object to the page. Okay, save this file. Now let's go to the chatroom delete.html file. Here first I'm displaying the group chat name. Then we add the form element, the CSRF token, then the submit button, and also a cancel button with the request.meta.http_referrer URL. This links back to the last visited page. Okay, save this file and let's do a test. I refresh the page. We see here now the chat room name and the delete button. I click the button and the chat group is deleted. And it also got removed from my drop-down menu here. Okay, as last feature I want to implement the logic to leave a chat room. So let's create this group chat again. I invite Pete this time, and Pete has already a verified email address. And here he is. What's up? Next I'm adding a leave chat room link to this page. So back to the chat.html file. And at the bottom here, just before the closing wrapper, I'm first checking if this chat group actually has members. For example, our public chat doesn't have members. And if this is the case, I'm displaying here a leave chat link, which is pointing to a chat room leave URL. We will create this in a second. And instead of creating a new page here, I'm going to use a modal window this time. And this code is exclusive to my supporters and can be taken from patreon.com/AndreasChat. However, you can also implement this feature with a normal page. I'm adding here this modal with an include file. Save this page. And now I'm creating this file inside my partials folder. And paste the code in here. Okay, save this file. Now we add the URL. And finally, the chat room leave view. Again, I fetch first the chat group object, then display a 404 page if the requested user is not a member of this chat group. Then if the request method is paused, I remove this user from the members, display the message that you left the chat, and redirect the user to the home page. With our modal window, we don't need the return statement here. Okay, save this file, and let's check it out. So I refresh the page here. We can see we have a leave chat link at the bottom now, and if I click on it, I get this modal window to confirm. Then I click yes, and Pete left the chat group. Alright, this is all for this video. Thank you for watching. In the next video, we will create a new WebSocket connection, this time for our header, to show us if people are online in the chat rooms. I hope to see you there. Until then, happy coding my friends, and ciao ciao for now.